Hi, I'm doing a video on a clean and simple card that I'm doing for a class that is going to be happening. This is one version here, and here is another, and I think I like the green one better. So we are going to start out with a card base, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. We will be using raspberry in this, but I'm going to be using the adventure colors, so you could use any of the adventure colors in the class. And this piece is 4 by 5 1/4. Another piece of white daisy, which will be for the kind of the sentiment piece, and it is going to be at 3 3/4 by 5. Then another piece of raspberry, our coordinating cardstock, depending on the color, and this is at 3 3/4 by 1 1/4. And the last piece of white daisy, where I actually will be putting the happy birthday sentiment, and this will be at 1 by 3 3/4. Okay, so I want to do that stamping of the border, and I want to have something as a guideline to kind of help me get it straight. So what I'm going to do is put the paper in my trimmer, and I am going to score at 1 1/4 with my bone folder. Then I'm going to turn it and put that score line at 1, and then again I'm going to score. Now that gives me 2 score lines to use to line up the where I'm going to put the border. And I'm using the border from the stamp, this month's Stamp of the Month. It is so cute. It is called Flock Together, and it has some little birds. It's got that cute border, and it's got the hearts. I'm going to use those also. So the first thing I'm going to do is line this up, get out my black ink. I love the new magnetic closure, and I'm going to ink up that border. And then I'm going to come down and I'm going to line it up with that score line and down, and then I'm going to ink it up again, and again line it up with the upper score line. Then I'll come back and catch those little pieces, and we'll start over here, line it up, there we go. All right, then we're just going to ink a little bit on one edge so that I can get that last piece. There we go. And then again, it's that edge, and get that last one right there. A little crooked, but that's okay. That's the cool thing about this border, is it's not perfectly straight, so that works good for my stamping abilities. And we're going to scrub that, so we'll put that down so it can be put away. All right, the next thing we're going to do is stamp the sentiment pieces, and we are going to start with the raspberry this time, and we are going to get the sentiment. This one is from Wise Guy Birthday. It is cute too. It's got lots of little birthdays images, and all of these can be found on my website. All right, and if you come to the class, if you order it before you come to the class, and you'll have it for the class. And we're going to kind of put it not totally in the center, but a little bit farther to the left, because I want to save some room for the hearts. And then we're going to get the black, and we're going to put the happy right next to the birthday, and kind of over it a little bit, so we have a little overlapping, and that's okay. I kind of like that. Sometimes I'll put it right over it. And then we're going to take the hearts, and we are going to stamp the hearts right here, like that. That looks pretty doggone good. Alrighty. And this one is ready. If you want, you can ink the edges with the black, just to give it a little bit more. Just be careful. It looks like I might have got a little black on my finger and got a little black on there, but that's okay. That's all part of being homemade. Wipe my hands a little bit. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is attach this piece to the back piece, and you can see I picked up a little of the ink. I might need to wipe that off, probably off the back of the piece that I used for stamping. So we're going to line that up to the edge and in the center. There we go. Let's close that up. Close that up so I don't get any more. Then we'll take and attach this piece to this piece here, and we are going to, I'm going to kind of use my Versamat So I've lined up the score line so that 1-inch centerpiece can go with that, and that pretty doggone good. There we go. And then we are going to attach this piece to, sometimes me and the ATG gun do not get along. I haven't quite learned to flick the wrist just right. Wrist. Alright. And then attach this to the base of the card. Again, getting a nice border. Alright, the next thing we're going to do is stamp on the inside, and again we want to use that to make it a little more cushiony, get a better stamping. Alright, so that the inside of the card has a beautiful sentiment as well as the outside. And then one last thing, we're going to take the raspberry and we're going to stamp the envelope, because I like everybody who's getting a card from me to know there's something special in that envelope, and that's because it has something stamped on the outside. So now it's done. All I need to do is add some embellishments. What I did on this one was added some black sequins, but you can just see what you have hanging around. I hope I didn't stick that in. Oh, good, I didn't. I'm usually good at sticking them in the ink. I thought I had some embellishments. What do I have hanging out right here? Oh, I have 2 little rhinestones, and I have a little yucky piece right there. So let's add a little rhinestone here. Then we can come over here. Then I can grab another one out of my stash later and put it right there. So that's all you have to do. And if you're interested in coming for this card class, you'll make 10 of these cards out of 2 sheets of cardstock of the color and 2 sheets of White Daisy and the card bases, which are from our value pack card bases. So just let me know if you're interested. Thank you very much.